I saw him. I talked to him. But from my friend's point of view, I was talking to thin air. There was no one around me. How is that possible? Brace yourself for the horror. My name is Rahim, 33 years old, project coordinator for a private construction company. 2 months ago, my team and I were assigned to survey land in a rural province about 7 hours away from Dhaka. Remote, quiet, full of greenery, and, as I now know, not entirely human. This story isn't an exaggeration. It isn't something I heard from someone. It happened to me, and you can believe it or leave it, but I know what I saw. We reached the province at dusk, the sky washed with fading orange. Our team of 4 booked a local hotel, an old 2-story building with cracked green paint and wooden windows that creaked even when the wind was asleep. I was sharing a room with my junior, Naeem, a smart guy, talkative, easy to work with. We dropped our bags, washed up, and went downstairs to grab tea from the tea stall beside the hotel. That's when I saw him, an old security guard, sitting alone in front of a massive, crooked tree right beside the entrance gate. The tree was enormous, wide, twisted branches stretching like arms over the rooftop. Its trunk was dark, almost burned looking, but no fire had ever touched it. Even the air around that tree felt heavier. The security guard, in contrast, looked too still. White beard, dark wrinkled skin, uniform faded to gray. His eyes were half closed, like he was listening to something I couldn't hear. When we walked past him, Naeem didn't even glance at the guard. I did. The old man slowly turned his head. His eyes were yellowish, not bright, dull, like candlelight struggling to stay alive, and he smiled. Not friendly, not welcoming, just knowing. Later that night, around 10 p.m., I stepped outside for fresh air. The temperature had dropped sharply. The wind pushed gently at my back, almost nudging me toward the big tree. The guard was still there, sitting exactly the same way. "Assalamu alaikum, Chacha," I greeted him. He didn't respond for 3 seconds. Then he whispered, "Wa alaikum assalam." His voice, it sounded like 2 voices speaking together. One old and one deeper, like someone buried underground repeating his words. "You shouldn't walk around at night," he said without looking at me. "Why? Something wrong here?" He pointed one trembling finger at the tree behind him. "This tree doesn't sleep," he murmured. A chill slid down my spine. "What does that mean?" I asked. He finally turned his head fully toward me, eyes strangely reflective under the dim light. "People think this is an ordinary province," he said, "but some places are older than villages, older than people. This tree is one of those. Many things live here. Jinns, wandering spirits, and some that don't have a name." His eyes didn't blink. "Locals say they hear them at night. Whispers, footsteps. Sometimes they feel someone watching them from the branches, even when the branches don't move." I swallowed. "So, any accident or story?" The guard leaned closer. "Many," he whispered. "Some never made it to morning." His breath smelled like damp soil. Then he leaned back and added, almost playfully, "If you hear a knock at your door at night, don't open it. Jinns are curious about newcomers." Before I could ask anything more, he smiled that slow, stretched smile again. "You will understand soon." And then he looked away. I returned to the room, feeling uneasy. Naeem was already lying on his bed, scrolling through his phone. "Bro, that security guard outside." "Weird man," I said. Naeem frowned. "What guard? There's no guard here. Only the receptionist uncle sits downstairs." I stared at him. "You didn't see the old man sitting beside the tree?" "No one was there," he said casually. "Maybe you saw someone passing by." I didn't argue, but it bothered me. We switched off the lights around 12:30 a.m. At 2:47 a.m. I woke up suddenly, like someone tapped my shoulder. The room was dark except for the dim bulb outside our window. Then I heard it. Knock. Soft. Slow. On our door. I held my breath. Maybe Naeem was awake? I looked. He was snoring lightly. Knock. Another one. A little louder. I sat up. "Who's there?" I whispered. No response. The hair on my arms stood up. The guard's warning repeated in my head. "Don't open the door." Then something scraped across the door. long, dragging, like nails. I covered my ears, closed my eyes, and waited. After maybe 2 minutes, it stopped. I didn't sleep again. Morning came like a blessing. As soon as Naim woke up, I told him everything. The knocking, the sound, the strange conversation with the old guard. He stared at me, confused. Bro, be serious. There's no guard here. The owner lives with his family. That's it. Ask anyone. I did. I even asked the receptionist uncle. He looked at me like I'd asked for directions to Mars. We don't hire guards. The area is safe. You must have mistaken someone else. But no. The man I saw wasn't someone else. He was always sitting in front of that tree. Same clothes, same posture, same dead half smile, same eyes. That evening, when the sun set, he was there again like he never moved. The second night, I told myself I wouldn't go near him, but curiosity is dangerous and fear makes curiosity worse. Around 9:30 p.m., from our room window, I could see the tree through a narrow angle. The guard was there, staring straight up into the branches, like he was having a silent conversation with someone above him. His head would tilt, then tilt again, but nothing was there. That image kept replaying in my mind even after I lay down. Around 1:15 a.m., the sound started again, not knocking this time, something else, whispers. Right outside our window, not Bengali, not Arabic, not any language I recognized, more like someone humming and choking at the same time. Ah! The voice rose, then suddenly stopped. I slowly crawled to the window and gently pulled the curtain, but nothing was there, only the tree. Silent, still. And then I saw him. The guard was standing under our window, directly below it, looking straight up, right at me. His eyes glowed like dying embers. I slammed the curtain shut and jumped back. My heart hammered so loudly I thought Naim would wake up, but he slept through all of it. The rest of the night, the whispering continued intermittently, like someone crawling around the building. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I was pale, exhausted, and shaken. I needed answers. I confronted the receptionist again. Listen, I said, there is an old guard here. White beard, gray uniform, watches the tree at night. Who is he? The man stepped back, visibly unsettled. You shouldn't talk about that tree, he whispered. People avoid it. Bad things happen. I leaned in. Is there a guard or not? He hesitated, looked around, lowered his voice. There was a guard many years ago, before my time. He used to watch over that tree because things happened near it. But what? He swallowed. He died, Baba, almost 20 years ago. My blood ran cold. What? He hung himself from that same tree, the man whispered. A heavy silence filled the room. You're telling me the guard I talk to every night is a dead man? The owner nodded slowly, fearfully. Some people say he never left his duty. That night, I refused to sleep. I kept the lights on. Naim slept early, exhausted from the field work. I sat against the wall, arms crossed, phone in hand, determined not to close my eyes. At exactly 3 a.m., the room became freezing cold. My breath turned white. The lights flickered. And then I heard footsteps in the hallway, slow, dragging, coming toward our room, one step, another. Then the footsteps stopped right outside our door. My heart stopped beating for a moment. Then I heard a whisper, "Open the door, Rahim." It was his voice. The guards, but deeper, hungrier. I didn't move. "Come outside," he said. I pressed my back against the wall, trembling. Then the doorknob slowly turned, left, right, but the door stayed locked. Suddenly, the footsteps moved to the window outside. Then the whispering started again, right against the glass. "Why don't you see what's waiting for you?" I covered my ears, terrified. After 10 minutes, the room went silent. No footsteps, no whispering. I thought it was over, until a face appeared behind the curtain, a dark shape, pressed against the glass from outside the second floor. But it wasn't human. The mouth was too wide, the eyes too bright, the jaw too long. It was smiling, that same stretched smile. I froze. Then, with a slow, heavy motion, the figure raised one hand and waved at me. I screamed for Naim. He woke up terrified, turned on the lights completely, and ran to the window. But when he pulled the curtain, there was nothing, just darkness. The final night, I couldn't take it anymore. I packed my bags at dawn. But before leaving, I went downstairs one last time, hoping somehow this was all a misunderstanding. The spot where the guard always sat was empty. The tree swayed slightly in the morning breeze. Then, from behind the trunk, a head slowly peeked out. The guard, half his face visible, that awful crooked smile still plastered on. "You're leaving," he said quietly. "Yes," I whispered. "You think you're safe if you leave?" My heart tightened. He stepped out fully, and in daylight, he didn't look human at all. His skin was grayish, his shadow didn't match his body, and his eyes were hollow, dark holes with faint orange light flickering deep inside. "You saw us," he whispered. "Now we see you." I stumbled backward. He leaned closer, still smiling. "But go, if you want. The tree has no interest in you anymore." His smile widened unnaturally. "You were fun while it lasted." My chest tightened with dread. As I turned to leave, he added, "Next time, don't answer whispers at night." I left that hotel in 15 minutes flat, took my bag, grabbed name, and told the team we were relocating to another lodge immediately. I didn't explain anything. I didn't look back at the tree. As the car pulled away, I swear I saw a figure standing under the branches, still, silent, watching our car disappear. That night, for the first time in 3 days, I slept peacefully. No whispers, no knocking, no footsteps, nothing following me home. I was free. But sometimes, when I wake up at night, I feel like someone is standing outside my window. Not knocking, not whispering, just watching, waiting. And sometimes, just sometimes, I smell damp soil, the same smell that came from the guard's breath. If you ever visit a rural province and see a huge old tree with a guard sitting beside it at night, don't talk to him, don't look at him, and never ever open your door when something knocks at 3 a.m. Because not every guard is alive, and not every tree is alone. All right, guys, the horror ends here for tonight. There will be more terrifying experiences on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Share it with your horror nerd friends. If you've experienced something paranormal, you can email your story to the address in the description. See you in the next video. Stay safe until then, if you can.